Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin, and this is a follow-up video to the one I made about the new Omega Ultra Deep, and I'll put a link in the description to that video. But it's not often you get to make a video bitching at Rolex and Omega in the same video, and this is that video, and it has to do with their deep diving thick dive watches, and I've had enough. All right, so thick watches, overly thick watches. There's no game in a thick watch, all right? Often these watches come from some sort of accomplishment by these companies. The 2012 Deep Sea Challenge, I mean, they had a super thick watch that they sent to the bottom of the ocean, and you can see it right here, unwearable, and then they made a slightly more wearable version of that, all right? Omega did the same thing, and they came out with this beast, and then have their newest offering, this 2022 Ultra Deep. And look, they're better than the ones they sent to the bottom of the ocean. I'll grant them that. They're a little bit more wearable, but even these more wearable deep diving watches, they're just too thick. And really, here's my complaint. If you're making a thick watch, that's not special, all right? Anybody can do that. And look, I guess some people would say that, well, I mean, if you were to make one, you wouldn't be able to make it that thin. And I grant you that, all right? But there's nothing about just brute strength keeping out the water that, to me, is impressive. And really, anybody can do that, all right? Now, where the magic lies is if you can do it in a thin case. You want to impress me, Omega. You want to impress me, Rolex. You want to impress everybody. Make a 13 millimeter, 14 millimeter, hell, a 12 millimeter dive watch that can withstand those depths, all right? Can you do it? You've got my respect if you can. But these really thick watches, I'm not having it. It's just too much. There's nothing impressive about that, all right? Now, those watches have other things to be impressed about. The Deep Sea, the James Cameron, the Ultra Deep, those gradient dials, those are beautiful. But I'm talking about the real claim to fame, and that's how deep they can dive. And again, with that aesthetic, that thickness, it's just too much. So there's got to be some way to get that depth rating in a 12 millimeter watch, all right? Perhaps having columns of support that actually run through the movement. I don't know if that's possible. You'd probably need a hand winding movement because the rotor wouldn't be able to turn freely. Or maybe you would put that column of support in the center of the rotor, or maybe a kind of metal that sort of bends in a way that as the pressure increases, it pushes up. Or something like Vostok, where the increased pressure actually tightens the watch. See, that's the kind of stuff that's impressive, not this block of steel. Again, there's no game in that. So there you go, ran over, and take that, you companies. I mean, get to work. Make something that goes deep and is wearable and thin. That's going to impress us. Let me know what you think about this, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.